Outsole with Engearment.com, the beautiful mountains of Colorado, to share with you the 23, 24, 32 German Jones MTB boots. These guys right here. We have tested and reviewed almost every version of the MTB boot for the last 8 years. You can see on our YouTube channel all those links below. And I took about a 2 or 3 year hiatus where I went to hard boots. And recently this year I went back to soft boots and really stoked on these. This is the best version of these boots I've ever tested. There's a lot to like about this. So I can save you a couple minutes in this review and just tell you I would recommend them in a heartbeat. They're on sale at the moment, so if you find them in your size, I would grab them. Just that good. If you want to learn more about them though, the features and functions, and see what's up with this double BOA, a lot to cover. Let's get into it. First, we'll start with sizing like we always do. I'm 6 foot, 220 pounds, men's 11.5 to 12, closer to a 12 in most shoes. I had been 11.5 up until about 1.5 years ago. Then I broke both my feet and had 2 foot surgeries, and my feet kind of grew about a quarter size as the arthritis material was taken out and the feet were allowed to kind of regain a more natural shape. So I have a size 12 here. Now, 3 years ago, I tested out a size 12 as well, and prior to that, I used 11.5s. I had no problem with the fit. I thought it was pretty spot on. The size 12 fit at the time like a 12, a little bit bigger. This 12, I feel like, is like an 11.75. So really ideal for me, as I'm looking for that 11.75 kind of sizing. But so for the sizing, take that in consideration for your foot. I would say it runs 1/4 to 1/2 a size big. Or small, whatever direction I just told you. The 12, it's like a 11.75 to a 12. That's the context. Okay, there's so much to go over. They listened to so much feedback. They've made so many cool improvements. I'd always been a big fan of the boots. I've tested all the other boots out there too, the deluxes and the Fitwells, and they all have advantages and some disadvantages. Same with the MTBs. But from my experience this season with these, they have listened to and improved upon things that I didn't know they could really improve upon. The last is 1-to-1, meaning it's going to take up less space than previous bigger snowboard boots. So it's going to be more accurate and take up less space. So I ride, today I'm riding the Venture Storm 162, and it's not particularly wide. And I have, that's my setup, about an 18 in front, 0 in back, and yeah, it fits no problem. I don't have any heel drag or toe drag. It just works. By the way, that's a great board, and I have a review up on that comes out in 2025, as do those Spark Surge bindings. They come out next season, and we have a review on those, so you can check that out if you are curious. Okay, back to the MTB. Let's start at the bottom. The grip is awesome. It is so grippy. It's like gum. So if you know about skate shoes or bike shoes, they're really tacky. You can almost hear it. Yeah, you hear that? That's how grippy they are. So when I was trying these on in our home a couple weeks ago when they came in, they were noisy on the floor. But that's great grip connection with your board. So even though you have your 200 pounds, 150 pounds, whatever you are, on the board, you now have even more grip to stick to the board so you can initiate those turns better. It's a very nice feeling. Yes, you get the welt here so you can use certain versions of crampons. I'm not going to speak much to that because I don't use them, because I ride more mild terrain. Now this is the big difference. The walk mode is always potentially engaged. Previously you had a BOA right about here that you would click and rotate, and that would shorten up the distance or the gap and either lock it in place for riding down the mountain, or you would pop the BOA and let it go loose, and then you'd have the tour mode. But now they don't have that in place, and I think that's totally fine, because I've used other boots like, say, the Burton Tourist, do something kind of similar. And one is going to save you some time not having to fiddle that tighten. Make sure you do it, because I have many times strapped into the board, got a few turns in, I'm like, whoa, what's going on around here? I realized I had that completely loose. But now with this system, it's a little bit tighter, so it's got a little bit less give, but still has range of motion. But then when you're going to snowboard down, it's not an issue because your high back's in place and it keeps it in place. This boa now instead operates laces, boa laces on the inside. So as you rotate this, these tighten right here. As you rotate this, these tighten. You probably saw that. These right here tighten with this guy. This boa controls the boa laces right there, which is awesome. But also, if you heard boa and you cringed, I understand. I always carry laces. It comes with a set of laces, nice bright red laces, and there are loops throughout the boots to put laces. So one, if you just want to go laces and you don't want the boa, you can do that. Or two, like a regular person, carry laces as backup in case the boa does break. People always complain about a boa breaking, but more people complain about things than they talk about positively, which is why I have a job doing this. So, you know, a boa could break, laces could break, whatever. Always carry additional set of laces. There's a few grams. It takes up almost no space in your kit. I always carry a repair kit for my bindings and other people's bindings. The interfaces, the tour brackets, as well as any other gear, tenacious tape for jackets, stuff like that. It's just a good policy to have, right? All right, so we got the boas covered. I love it. It's simple. There's no laces to tie. I just put my foot in and then I pull. Now, this is something cool too before I get to it. These tabs, these wings are super awesome. So what they do is they grip on the inside of the boot right there and right there. They do a great job, see? They do a great job of just gripping and keeping your foot in place. There's a heat moldable Intuition liner right here. It's among the best I've ever tested. And then of course you have the tried and true lace system on the boot liner. So you simply put the foot in, get those guys in place like so, boom, boom, yank, pull this guy down, and then you are secured on the inside. And then on the outside, you come out here and you crank here and you crank here to your comfort level. Now these are really, really adjustable boots. They come with removable bars right here to increase or decrease stiffness. They came pre-installed on the ones that they sent over for me to test, and there's a few different levels of them. They also sent over a plentiful amount of the donuts. There's, I believe, a 2mm and a 5mm and a set of several of them, so you can insert that to reduce heel lift. I have pretty skinny ankles, scrawny ankles, some might say, and I do get a bit of heel lift, and I find that once I get them heat molded, you can heat mold them, or you can just do what I do and just wear them around the house for a couple days, get them nice and molded to your feet, and then go out and shred. But you can also take the liner out and insert the donuts right here and really securely lock in your heel. It's better than the Burton J bars by far. So that's also my opinion. I'm just sharing with you. And then on the inside, you'll see you get reinforced super fabric or Kevlar. So this is going to, help with when you bring your edges in. Not trying to do that, but sometimes it does happen. Edges might hit, and this is the area that I have busted previous versions of those boots. After lots of use, things have worn down. That's usually one of the first areas that I notice wears down, is right there. So it's really cool that they put the super fabric, much like you would have on the inside of your pants or your bibs. I'll show you mine. My outdoor research ones right there, just same fabric, just put on the inside right here and not on here. But this is because this is where your ski edges or splitboard edges right there will potentially hit. And then real cool feature, you get a zip gaiter, and watch this. He comes up, and then he snaps into place. It's a little bit loose at the moment. Comes up, and then he snaps into place right there. Pretty cool feature. Okay, those are the functionalities. Those are mostly new functionalities on these boots compared to the previous versions. Again, like I mentioned, I didn't test last year's, but I tested every generation before that, and these are some significant improvements on an already very useful, very popular boot. I think they really nailed it on this design, and it's currently available. And it's currently on sale. So I do love it when I get to do a review on something that's on sale. So it is spring of 2024, and if you can find it in your size, I would grab it. I'll put a few links that I found for you. Those are affiliate links for like backcountry.com or Cripple Creek or places like that. There's zero cost to you though. Doesn't cost you any money if you do click on them, but it does help support our Engearment YouTube channel, helps us purchase the camera equipment, the audio equipment, and go out and test the gear that hopefully helps you learn more about the functionality, how we use it, how it fits, and all that. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer. Put those in the comments below. If you have experience with these boots, I would love to hear how you've used them, what part of the world you're in, what kind of conditions you're shredding, what you like about them, what you don't like about them. Anything like that is very, very helpful for our audience. I'm Outsole, the owner and director of Stoke for Engearment. And until next time, take care.